From the Black Swan Media Studios, deep inside a secret underground bunker, we're speaking to freedom-loving patriots from all around the country and the world. Welcome to the Resistance. This is John Crump, live.
Welcome to the show after a very interesting weekend and a very interesting week last week. We are here and we are live. It's a brand new week. We will not be on tomorrow. Just to let you guys know, I had to take a little road trip up to Delaware for the beach house thing. But I will be back on Wednesday with, I have no idea who the hell we have on Wednesday. That's Richard's job. That's what I pay him for. So he better have someone or he'll be fired. But until then, welcome to the show. We are brought to you by Tusk. Tusk is a cryptocurrency focused on the firearms market and the only cryptocurrency I support.
Proudly sponsored by TUSC, the only cryptocurrency designed with the firearms market in mind. With 3-second processing times, it's the fastest cryptocurrency on the planet. With lower transaction fees than traditional credit cards, it's perfect for your e-commerce needs. For gun guys, by gun guys. Visit TUSC.network for more information and join the digital revolution.
And Black Swan Tactical, where we have some really cool designs coming up. And we have a new patch drop that's coming that I kind of previewed on my Instagram and on Black Swan Tactical's Instagram. It's on its way, and it should be pretty cool. Too bad it won't be here for the meetup that's going to happen in Oaks, Pennsylvania on Saturday at the Oaks Gun Show. But if you want, check out Black Swan Tactical and help make this show possible.
Black Swan Tactical, your #1 source for 2A streetwear. With shirts, mugs, hats, patches, flags, and more. There's always something to help you rep the 2A community. All proceeds go back into our projects. Viewers and listeners can take an additional 10% off with code CRUMPY. Unapologetically pro-gun, pro-liberty, and pro-freedom gear for the front lines of the culture war.
And of course, our title sponsor for this month, which we usually change, but we've had the same title sponsor for a couple of months, and that is JSD Supply. JSD Supply has everything that you need to build your firearms, from P80s to slides and everything else. Check them out at JSD Supply. Just Google them and you will be able to find them. And we have a Patreon. If you want to support this channel financially, you can by going to patreon.com/John Crump. All right, I'm going to bring on my good friend, Rich. Rich, how are you doing?
I am doing fantastic. Now that I'm reunited with you, John, I missed you. Yeah, I gave you the right sound effect, too.
No, you gave me a link to a YouTube video that has a bunch of, I'm not going to take the time. You pull it off and make an MP3 of it and send it to me, or a WAV file.
Okay.
How are you doing? How was your weekend?
Good. I'm excited for Saturday. I'm super excited. You know, hang out with you. Let's see, Tony Simon, Joe Shooting Gallery New England.
A lot of good people.
A number of people. Bob. Boy, why can't I say it? Q-Tang Clan. Yeah. So. Yeah, a lot of people. There was a special guest that was going to come down. He said he's not going to make it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I can say who it was going to be.
I don't know. Who the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, it was top secret.
Oh, okay. All right. And we have Nathan here. Nathan is from NexBelt. The reason why I wanted to have Nathan on, and I am a NexBelt affiliate, but that's just very, very recently. So I'm going to put my affiliate link up there in a couple days. And the reason why I wanted to have him on, and I actually became an affiliate of NexBelt, is because that's the belt that I use. actually spent my hard-earned money on belts, and because I believe that they were like the best belts ever, and also they got a cool little hat too with the little ratcheting system in the back. I might put that on just so I'll match. But
There you go.
next belts are great gun belts, and you know they're not the pricey compared to some other gun belts. Gun belts are not the cheapest in the world, but next belt is a good value for what you pay for it. They have like a ratchet system and stuff like that, and they're very two-way friendly. So that's why I've been buying next belts. I'm actually wearing a next belt right now. It's the only belt that I actually wear and use. I got like a dress belt type thing, and then I have my 2A buckle belt, and then I have some other belts from next belts.
Yeah, they really are exceptional. I think I was actually reading one of your reviews on one of our older belts, and one of the things that I like about it is it's pretty unassuming because
Oh
we
yeah,
obviously have numerous different versions of our gun belts. Let's say the Rogue. I actually have one here right now, and just looking at it, it looks like a normal belt. But next belt is the belt with no holes, and as you can tell, I mean, there's no holes on it. Like you said, it's a ratchet system technology. I don't know if I can get it in that camera, but you'll see that ratchet there and hear that popping. And it's super easy, super strong. And I mean, you yourself, let's say you're going to church, going down the street to the supermarket, and someone is looking at you. You don't want to be the guy in full tactical gear where they're pointing at you and saying, "I bet you that guy has a gun." You know, if
it's
you're
about being
walking
the
through
gray man.
exactly. If you're walking through the parking lot and someone looks at me with a general belt on, looking nice, I could be wearing a suit and tie with this, or I could be in my suits and jammies. I'd still look fine. Still carrying the piece of equipment that's gonna protect who I want to protect, and it's I'm not gonna be that target.
Yeah, I mean,
So a little more gray man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I started wearing a ratchet belt system with another company, but their belt was like rubbery.
Okay, gotcha.
Um, and the next belt, that's one of the things I like about it is because like have like a leather cover on it, so you can't tell what it is. Because my goal is not to look tactical.
Yeah, and as you know, we do have like the tactical versions. Like this is, I don't know if the
Yeah,
camera will pick it up, but it's kind of a more of a tactical look to it. But this one I like. It's the Titan. It's our workhorse. I wear it with everything. From hiking to hunting to range day and all the way to going to Bonds to pick up groceries. It's something that is comfortable for me. But like you said, some belts like rubber material. That other belt, did it flex or have some wear when you're carrying your pistol? Like, would it move and stuff?
no, it was actually pretty good about that.
Hmm.
It was like a thick, uh, stiff rubber, but
Okay,
it was rubber.
gotcha.
you know, I mean, it didn't look like a belt. It looked like, hey, there's something on with that.
Yeah. So not only is it looks, one of the biggest things that I hear from people talking about belts. I mean, belt systems are something that people don't think about when you're going to carry CCW, concealed, whatever, on the range. Is people think, oh, I want the best equipment, I want the best holster, I want the best trigger in my pistol, I want the best sling for my rifle, I want all of the best of the best. But what people kind of flake out on and don't think about is their belts. And NexBelt started as a golf company, selling golf belts to golfers, and never in their mind thought about doing anything for the gun industry. It wasn't until I think one of my boss's friends, who's a police officer, came to him and said, "Hey, man, I'm done with these really floppy leather belts. It looks nice, but it's floppy, and it's not working for me anymore." And our bosses were kind of thought together and thinking, what can we do for these people that's actually going to be efficient, that's going to, though it may have that leather look to it, what you can't tell over the video is it's got some good rigidity to it, and it's not going to flop. It's not going to let your pistol fall to one side or the other or droop. That's what's bad about leather belts, is that droopiness. And bringing into the back into the police officers and whatnot. This is the Rogue. The Bond and the Rogue, which have the leather front, are by far one of the most popular belts that that police officers buy, and it's for that off-duty carry that they buy it for. If you want to be in the same category as the U.S. Marshals, FBI, detectives in numerous agencies, those are the belts that you're going to be looking at.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. Somebody contacted me and goes, "Hey, you should have the guys from NexBelt on. I can introduce you." And I'm like, "I've been wearing NexBelt exclusively for 2 years." So,
Yeah.
I was like, "Of course." No, I have. I've been a big fan. I've been using it for about 2 years, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know when you guys started getting into the gun belt system.
I mean, we've been making ratchet system technology belts for over 10 years. We were one of the premier makers of the and industry developers of the ratchet technology belt system in the United States, and kind of started that out for the United States. But as far as the gun industry, we've been going on probably I'd say about 5 years now. And what I like about it is we're constantly upgrading and reevaluating the belt systems, the different little pieces in it, the tools, the screws, down to the how we stitch things together. We're constantly upgrading. And so we have a Supreme Appendix buckle that has, 3 years ago looked completely different. It has the same general make to it, but we are growing with the industry. The 2A community constantly is wanting the best of the best. And you yourself, I mean, when you carry, and let's say your holster's not holding correctly, that's non-negotiable. If you have a holster that's carrying your pistol and something's wrong with that holster, you're not going to, for a fact, I mean, I don't know you too well, but for a fact, I know if you're going to be depending on something to save your life, to protect yourself and people around you, you're not going to sit there and let something be half-assed. You're not going to buy a product that's subpar. And so if our product, the 2A community will come to us and say, "Hey, why don't you do this?" Or what's up with this part of the belt? Why don't you guys figure out something better? We take that to heart. So if you came on to me and you said, "Hey, man, check out this, why don't you try this out?" We definitely test that stuff out. And we want the best product, hands down, for the people that we're selling it to.
Now, let me ask you something. When you started getting into like the 2A type of side of things, with like duty belts and stuff like that, did you have any type of I don't know, like pushback from like antis that happened to golf or anything, or was that pretty smooth sailing?
It was pretty smooth. In fact, a lot of the people who buy our golf belts, just because when they go to buy the golf belt, that's what they're looking for, is a golf belt. So a lot of people that we sell to in the golf industry don't even know that we have belts for police officers, firefighters, the gun industry. They just aren't looking for it, and they just don't realize it. But very rarely do we ever have pushback, and when we do, it's so little or over something so stupid, to be honest. We had some buckles during the elections this last year, pretty pro-American, I'd say, and people were just saying, you should take that down. It wasn't like backlash or pushback. It was just saying, maybe you should not take sides, or maybe you shouldn't promote one side or another. And we were just saying, we're done with that. We're not even gonna dignify that kind of attitude.
You know what? I hate to say it. What does that say about things? If you're pro-American and that's taking sides, I don't see pro-American as taking sides. That's a little nutbag.
I love that. It's a little nutbag for sure.
But that speaks volumes. It's like, you say your belt says USA, that's taking sides. It's like, if
Don't
that's
buy it.
taking sides, we're in a hell of a lot of trouble.
Yeah, you guys have a lot of really cool, really cool belts. Some with like you have like the thin blue line belt. You have some Texas belts. You have the Gadsden flag belt, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And you have the 2A belt, which it looks like it's out of stock in your website, but I happen to have one.
A lot of people
Really?
bought it, which is a good thing. And it's funny that you say that because as we are Americans, as we're pro-American, and we're in that belief system to where, like I said before, if we can provide a good platform of equipment for people who are exercising their rights, we're going to do it. The hat that you're wearing right now, you might know that fuzzy patch on the front.
Mm-hmm.
When you get your patches made, they're patch ready. And like you said, the blue line, we have patches coming out, and as much as we can, we're going to promote the USA as we can, as much as possible. And so we're not going to shy away from making a Gadsden buckle. We're not going to shy away from making a 2A buckle. It's kind of one of those things that, sure, it'll sell, but we're a company, an American-made company. You're not going to tell us what we can and can't sell. Good luck trying.
Yeah, that's one of the things I really like about NexBelt. And in fact, I have a Christmas article with my like last minute Christmas gifts. And NexBelts are on there just because I use them.
I mean, they are great. It's what I give. It's what I give out. They're relatively well priced, and they're like that for a reason. Because if you go on websites, like let's say you're getting a plate carrier and you're getting all the equipment for it, every single piece is like $100 and more. Who has money for that? That we're making products that everybody from Joe Schmo to police officer to federal agent, everybody can afford it, and it's good product. It's not cheaply made. It's good product that's going to last a long time.
Yeah,
and we stand by our product, and we also stand by our customers. So
yeah, those are two of my own.
all right, yeah. So I like the top one that you have there, the Rogue. It's a 1.5-inch width of belt. Like I said, we're constantly upgrading. We went from like 1 3/8 to 1.5 inch. Now we have a range belt that's coming out that you might like. It's even wider. But I like those belts. They look nice, but they're unassuming. You can wear it anywhere. Wear it with anything. So how do you what drew you towards those belts in particular? Is it the color, the style, the push button on it?
Okay. Well, what drew me to? Okay, let me go back and tell you how I found out about NexBelt. I have a friend named Nick, and I had the ratchet belt on. It was from another company. It was the rubber one, right? And I was talking to him, and I was like, man, I like the ratchet belt. I just wish they would make one with like that would look like a regular belt. And he's like this, and he showed me his belt. I'm like, yeah, like that. If they made a ratchet belt that looked like that, it would be perfect. And he's like, it is a ratchet belt. And I was like, no, it's not. He's like, yeah, it is. So he told me about you guys.
That's excellent. You know what's funny is, it's a good product when the people who buy your product are fanatical about telling you so. Because when we go to shows and stuff, I can't tell you how many people walk up to you and they just start lifting their shirt, and they'll be like, dude, look what I got. I got your Titan. And yeah, exactly. You have these guys that don't know they're in public, and they're just lifting it all way up here. And you're saying, all right, man, put it down. I get you. And it's extremely fun. I was at the USCCA show talking to a group of people, and people would come up and be like, oh, NexBelt's the best belt ever. And here's why. And I would just step back and let them sell the belts for them, because if you love the belt, you're going to talk about it. And I've some of these guys who buy the belts, use them and abuse them, and then tell me how great they are. They sell the belts more than I do.
Yeah, what I did with the article that I have coming out for the holiday, last minute gifts for gun guys, is I reviewed everything in there. I used. I use. None of it's like I don't do paid reviews or anything, but none of it's just not really a review. This is like, hey, check out these items. But like no affiliate links, no nothing like that. So I'm not getting any kickback from it whatsoever. But it's products that I use that I would like to get, and that the companies are like Pro 2A, like Defender Coffee's on there, Smoked Bros, which they make barbecue stuff, right? Safe Life Defense, which is cool, Mantis, and you guys.
Yeah. So, like you said, you want to make sure they're Pro A. One of the things that I agree with, and I'll add on to that, is when a company has like promos for other Pro 2A, like whether it's an event or a foundation or something, our bosses are huge fans of doing that kind of stuff. And I don't know, it's one of the things that I wanted to cap off when we were talking about something is, not only do we have like the Gadsden and all that, but we have like belts for, let me see, it's the Wildlife Firefighters Foundation.
Yeah.
And
actually, I can bring that up if you want.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we have numerous different affiliate foundations that we're selling belts with. 20% of our proceeds go to that. It would be Wildlife Foundation, Firefighters Foundation, Folds of Honor, and one more. It's John Daly with the Heart of a Lion. Exceptional Pro 2A, Pro American, helping out vets. That's the stuff that we want to follow after. That's the stuff that we want to produce with their name on it. It's not going to be the most popular selling belts if people don't know about them. And so I kind of wanted to plug that a little bit. Proceeds towards groups like that are exceptional.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the picture up here. Let me just share this. Yeah, it's it's really, really cool, some of the stuff that you guys do. So you guys started out as a golf company.
Yeah, in fact, it's kind of like the American story, if you would, because they started not only with golf, but they started out of a garage. Yeah, there you go. They started out of a garage, started with, I think it was 3 people. And from that, we've built a company into, I'd say at least 40, 45 employees throughout the whole entire company. Here at the office, it's still such a tiny office. I mean, I throw a rock and I can see my brother's office from here. We have half of the people that work here are family members. Super tight knit community, not only at the workplace, but in the community of people who buy belts. I mentioned it before, like if you have an issue with our statements or anything, go ahead and give us a call. We have a office number here. You call, you might even get me. So it's like very tight knit. I mean, we love who we sell to, and we love the product that we sell, and we're going to keep doing it.
Yeah, one of the things that I like about your belts is if you flip them over on the inside, you can see markings for belt sizes.
Oh yeah. So,
even though I think my waist is a 30, but it's saying that I should use a 36. I don't get that. I'm just joking. No.
Yeah. So
it's marked with belt sizes.
Yeah.
That's my stomach. That's not the belt. The belts are accurate, unfortunately.
I noticed somebody had mentioned something about belts that shrink after a year. And something that I guess I'll show you on one of our belts. Pull one
out. That was Jason.
Yeah, I think he was joking saying that. He eats a little bit too much.
Gotcha. I see. Yeah, so for those of you watching and don't know, our belts, this is the Supreme Appendix. It's got a push button rather than the lever. And we call it the Supreme Appendix for the people who carry in the front. If you're going to be carrying appendix carry, you're going to be wanting less things inhibiting your carry. So this is a small buckle. It's half the size of that Rogue that you have. So all of our belts come in at 50 inches. Super simple. So let's say somebody buys it for you. All you have to do is take it, cut it to your size, plug that buckle in, and you're good to go. So then let's say, man, I want a different color. So you give it to your wife or to your daughter, whoever. All she has to do is cut it to her size, plug that buckle in, and she's ready to go. It's kind of a one size fits all. And if you're worried about 50 inches isn't enough belt for you, it's fine. We got extra large too. And we have, a different belt for each person on how you're going to carry, what you're going to do with it. And we're even expanding that market to people who are going to be really running and gunning, beating up their belts, doing competitions and whatnot. I have a belt with me today that nobody's seen yet, so I can show that to you guys if you want. But
yeah.
So side by side,
I'm all about the leaks and scoops.
This is the Supreme Appendix. It's 1.5 inches of width, which holds 99% of the holsters out there fit up to a 1.5 inch width. Goes in your belt loop, super easy to use, no problems there. This right here is a TAC 45. This is 1 3/8 inch of width. And I know you can't see too much of the details right here because of the darn camera. But that buckle right here, you'll notice this right here, my finger covers up that whole buckle. Now, very slim line. The buckle does not come off of the belt. It's less than a 1/16 of an inch. And that buckle, 1 3/4 inch right there, you'll see compared to the Supreme Appendix, it's a lot wider. This is going to be my outside belt for my my battle belt, my battle rig, or my Broco's belt. This right here is very, very sturdy. One of the things that I like about it, can you see those ratchets in there?
Yeah.
The ratchets compared to the other belts are ridiculous. They're so big. And one of the reasons why is because they're so much stronger. That material right there also, you can hear it right there. You have 2 separate buttons on there as a safety mechanism. I press one, I can't undo it. I press the other, can't undo it. Got to press them both at the same time. Exceptional belt. I've dealt with these belts all the time. I've used them, abused them, beat the crap out of them. And that one right there is going to be my favorite. When it comes out, I'll be the first one buying a couple different colors if I can.
Yeah, here's a question. Is any of your stuff patented?
Oh, yeah. In fact, we have patent infringement sometimes, but all of this stuff is patented. We have our name on all of this. I know that we've had, I'll lay it to you like this way. It's a good company when you put something out and then a couple months later you start seeing it on other people's product line. That's how you know that it's making splashes. Just for instance, we have, so many models of belts. And as soon as we'll put one out, we'll see someone selling the same thing, half the price, but also half the quality. And that's kind of what's sad about it. So sometimes people have to wade through the muck to get the really, really good stuff. And we'll go to shows and I'll be holding some of my stuff. And somebody will come up and say, oh, man, I got the same belt. I got the same exact belt. And they'll show me and I'll say, I'm sorry, man, that's not ours. Or they'll come up and they'll say, man, my belt broke. What can you do for me? And I'll say, man, it's not ours, but let me try and fix it for you. Long story short, if it doesn't say NexBelt on it, it's not one of our products. And we work with our customers. If there is an issue, let us know. There's a 1-year warranty on it. Plus, like I said, all of our buckles have a unlimited fix or repair. So if something breaks on your buckle, send it in to us. We'll fix it and send it back for free. It's not an issue with us. We want you to have the best product that's possible. If it's not working for you, it's negotiable. We can fix that. Something that needs repair, we'll do it for you.
Yeah, and for people that have seen my Christmas pictures, I am wearing a NexBelt in there. I took those like 2 months ago. It was like hot, and I'm in Christmas.
I do see somebody says I asked if they're similar to Core Essentials.
Yeah,
That's what they currently have. Compare, contrast. I don't have a Core Essentials, so I can't speculate, and I would
yeah,
hate to put any speculation on any of that. I will say this: if it works for you, if it's what you use and it works, use it. If it works for you, then it works for you. I will say that from other people at shows and whatnot who have talked about our belts comparatively, um, there is a quality backup. Um, these belts are exceptional. One thing that really is different is I believe, I'm not really sure, but I believe the screws are different. We uphold a very tight standard of how we build these. That's why buckle repair is so easy, but also very rare for us to have to do. Um, the inside track is our own blend of nylon here. It's extremely strong. It's extremely durable. I will say that we have an exceptional rigidity on the strap itself. There's no bending, no popping out of place. It's going to hold your product.
yeah. Somebody asking about the groove belt and the Tack Life click belt. I think that the teeth inside on the ratchet system is stronger on your guys. That's why I like them. I've never really used cores, so I can't speak to that. What's the heaviest belt that you sell? Somebody wants to know.
The heaviest belt I would probably say is the Supreme Appendix or the Titan. Those are our workhorses. Those you can put it through the ringer, and they're great belts. I've had mine for 3+ years. It will be the TAC 45 when that comes out. That's a beast already. That's going to be by far the heaviest duty belt that we have. On our general purpose belts, let's say the Rogue and like the Titan, I carry a full line of equipment. So I have 2 mags on left side, CZ, SPO1, all outside the waistband, plus other equipment in the back, flashlight, tourniquet, everything. And it holds everything just fine. No movement, no flexing. I'm able to do a competition. I have done a competition. That black Rogue that you have, I have the brown one. It's the walnut. And I've done a pistol competition in that belt, and it's worked perfect for me. Another thing about other belts that I failed to mention and I just now thought of is the release mechanism. So on this one, it's the push button. But on other belts, you have a release mechanism. I've seen them way out here, away from the actual belt. So people catch on that release mechanism quite often, and it creates an issue. Now with this belt and some of the other belts that we have, the release mechanism is actually contained underneath the buckle. So it's a very small release mechanism. You're not going to catch it on anything. And it's very sturdy.
Yeah.
We have a dual safety on it, a spring, and also a magnet system. So it's let's say one breaks, the other one comes in and helps to fulfill its operation.
Yeah, I have the exact same belt that you just showed.
Oh, the Bond.
Yeah,
it's very popular. It's a good looker to be sure.
Thank you, Armin and Access. He says Wolverines. Yeah, this is one of the things I wanted to do. I wanted to have some people on the show going forward that actually make products that I like and use and are pro gun.
There you go.
Because there's some products, that are pretty good, and they're worth, but the companies aren't aligned with my values. Yeah, and it was just really funny because I booked you on the show. Then the other day, I saw that you guys have an affiliate thing on AdventLink. I was like, oh, I gotta do that.
Brand spanking new.
Yeah, I noticed that. It was after we booked it. So I was like, yeah, I might as well sign up. Yeah. So you shoot competition?
Very rarely, and sometimes not very well, but yeah. So as you know, competition for a while, probably about 10 years ago, was at a little bit of a low. But with everything going how it is, 2A community has grown larger and larger and larger, and hopefully with that, there's more education. Now, one of the things that a lot of people who want to educate other people do is bringing people into uh, real easy competitions like pistol competitions, shotgun, whatever you might say, and show them the lighter side of what the 2A community likes to do. They like to run around and practice, train. All of that stuff is super enjoyable. And so my brother, he's a instructor himself, and he said, "Hey, you want to do a competition over the weekend? It's for this other company, and it's just a pistol competition." And at the time, I hadn't shot my pistol in probably a year, so I went, and I was super rusty, but had an absolute blast. And since then, I've kind of brought in a few other people. Like I said, if you're in the 2A community and you want to educate non 2A supporters, the best way that you can do is bring them in lightly, but show them what you love about it. But not only that, but exercise what you love about it to where you show them that it's not only safe, but it's enjoyable and there's a reason behind it. Um, and I think competition is the best thing for it. So if you are a listener and you shoot competition, invite somebody that knows nothing about it and just let them have fun. That's what I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, competitions are great for that, and they're fun.
Yeah, they are.
I went out like a couple years ago. That's about a year, 2 years ago, right before the pandemic. I went out to Vegas for. I didn't shoot, but I was out there for a AK competition.
Ooh, cool.
I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. Some of those guys are just exceptional, aren't they?
Yeah, they're exceptional, but I mean, I love AK competitions because even though that it's all, I mean, it's highly competitive,
Mhm.
but there's this element of fun with AK shoots
Yeah.
where like people, you'll see the people running around and they're like dressed up as like a Call of Duty Russian guy with a striped shirt on, or in like Soviet fatigues or
Yeah.
something like that, or dressed up in like Ho Chi Minh clothing,
Yeah.
like the Viet Cong.
I went to a show not too long ago called California Range Day, and it was a community thing. They wanted to bring the 2A community together in California, and a lot of guys come to do training for free for a lot of different guys, and some of it was paid for. But I was a vendor there, and it was cool watching everybody walk around, just like you said, in full kit, just dressed out to the tees, nods, helmets, everything. Made my gear look like crap, but I had a fun time.
Yeah, it's like I know Red October, which was the AK event that I went to. It was like a shooting competition mixed with Comic Con.
There you go. Yeah,
All the people dressed up.
yeah. Some of them a little bit goofier than others, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Some people were wearing some crazy outfits.
I'm finding that's more and more popular are those Hawaiian T-shirts. They're super colorful and super flashy, like a Hawaii 5-0 type.
Yeah, yeah. The FBI would consider you a terrorist if you wear one.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking.
What?
Yeah, yeah. That's one of their signs of
The Boogaloo.
extremist is Hawaiian shirts.
Weird.
They sent out a memo to a bunch of police departments that I got a leaked copy of because I get leaked copies of stuff where they're warning police to be on the lookout of people wearing Hawaiian shirts.
They're just looking for stuff now.
Because there's massive crime committed by people wearing Hawaiian shirts.
To be honest, so I know a lot of people who like to conceal carry, and one of the most comfortable shirts, because it's baggy and they're just so free flowing, are Hawaiian shirts because you can. I mean, they don't print. They're comfy. I mean, you can sweat all you want in them, and they look fine. Um, so I could say that they're profiling people carrying underneath the shirt, but that's the only thing I could think of. Most people I'm going to say that are wearing that stuff are carrying legally anyways.
Yeah. One of the shirts that I love to carry, and I don't have anymore, but I only had one, was when I lived in the Philippines, I bought a banana shirt. It's made out of banana leaves.
Oh, it like the actual material is banana leaves?
Yeah. And it's the most it feels like silk.
Okay.
And it's like really light, and it lights, and during the summertime it's perfect because it lets all the air through. But I can't find them over here.
Sounds like I got to upgrade.
Yeah, if you find them selling in the United States, let me know.
Yeah, I'll send you one.
Yeah, because they're all handmade over there.
Mm-hmm.
So and they're very, very nice.
Yeah, I mean the 2A community. One of the things that I like about it is the equipment is getting bigger and more efficient. I love that. Not so crazy about all the prices, but somebody's gonna have to give me some Christmas gifts. So if I have any family members watching, they'll have to give me some T-shirts, and I don't know. You might get a belt.
Yeah, I might look at Etsy. That's a good idea. Shooting Gallery New England. Shooting Gallery New England is recommending I look on Etsy for it. I will look, but I don't think that there's a bunch of banana leaves in the United States. Usually it's just
now, is it banana leaves or like the fibers from the banana leaves?
They take the fibers from the banana leaves.
Okay.
Like the hemp shirts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And like I know all about hemp shirts also.
Yeah, Rich used to. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
One of the belts that I have a question about on for NexBelt is: do you guys have a belt with a handcuff key? Is that a working handcuff key?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't think I have that one actually on me right now. Let me might. Yeah. So one of our belts, one of the buckles, it has these 2 release levers on it. You press it, and there's a spring inside that shoots out a cuff key. And sometimes you got to be ready for it. You just got to press the button, let it launch out, and you got it ready for you. Kind of like that John Wick stuff, but it's a fun belt. It looks good too. You can't tell from the outside.
Dude, I mean, I think Rich needs a handcuff key for the next time he gets arrested.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, John.
Rich got into a car accident. He was in a plane. And that's not even a joke.
Yeah,
no, that's not a joke.
Landed it on the freeway, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And rear-ended a car.
Man.
I was trying to land in the right lane. He was in the left lane. And unfortunately, my landing speed's about 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
He's also taken out a couple of houses, too.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'll be looking up in the sky for you, Rich.
That's why we call him Crashing Rich. That's why when he crashed out, everyone was making jokes in the comments about did he crash his computer?
Yeah. I don't know. I rebooted my camera and I went to the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. So so far so good.
All right, yeah. Rich is so lazy that I don't know if he realizes how. Okay, he built a device to turn on a switch that all he has to do is stand up and reach over his monitor.
So I reprogrammed one of these with custom firmware and then reprogrammed the Octoprint software with a plugin for this. So I can turn on and off my 3D printer from my monitor or, from my basically anywhere on the internet.
Without having to stand up. It's arm's reach.
My printers,
if he stands up, he can reach over and turn it on. But he decided that's too much work.
So it's like a clap on, clap off type situation.
Yes, but a little smarter, and your grandma doesn't have to do it for you. And there's also a webcam, so I don't have to stand up and look. I can just look at my monitor.
You put a webcam on the other side of his monitor so he doesn't have to stand up.
Well, I mean, you're just printing stuff.
Yeah, Rich is hilarious because he does stuff like that. He's like, I put a camera over there. It's like, Rich, you can stand up and see it.
But that's also so the AI can watch my print to make sure I'm not printing spaghetti.
I hear that happens a lot, though.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
I
not as much of it used to.
Well,
one of those.
I got 2/3 of the way through printing this ornament and then printed spaghetti.
I like it. It looks good already.
Yeah, when when I got into 3D printing originally, they didn't sell like the pre-made 3D printers. You got to like build them, and those were a bitch.
I want to get a custom etch machine, one of those little tabletop ones.
Oh, my sister has one of those.
Yeah.
She has the Glowforge.
Oh,
yes.
What does she use it for?
They do a lot of wood type stuff, and they sell a lot of stuff on Etsy, where they do.
So the Glowforge you get all the different heads for. That's a pretty high end unit. So you could get a laser, you can get a 3D printer head, you can do a whole bunch of different things.
Excellent.
Yeah, they use it a lot for their. They do. They have a company called Wildwood Creations, and they do a lot of like laser etching on the wood and stuff like that.
Here at the company, they have we do all of our customizations ourselves. We don't outsource for that. So like, let's say if you wanted to get a belt buckle that said John Crump on the front, we can do that in all sorts of different colors or etchings, whatever. That being said, that etching machine is a beast. It's like the size of this room, and it's very powerful. And they do hundreds of buckles a day. I think I actually have, let's see. Yeah, so like something like this, they were messing around at first.
Oh, that's
very cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's on the website too. If you guys check that out.
I haven't seen
skulls.
that one. Damn it, I'm gonna spend money.
Oh, don't spend money. Yeah. No, we got plenty of stuff that we etch, like we do color printing and stuff too, but yeah, it's I gotta get me a couple gadgets, have some fun with it.
Yeah, one thing, you guys use screws, you guys don't use pins.
Correct. Yeah. Back in the day when we first started, these belts were just so brand new that we did use pins. They were a star-tipped, crimped pin. So when you put it in, you pushed it as hard as you could. You had this little press down, handmade. And when you would push it in, it would crimp the end. But as you would use it, as you would use the buckle and things would try and move, it would wear out, and the pins had a reputation for falling out. And so pretty immediately we started work on upgrading that. How could we upgrade the pins? How could we change them? We're doing screws now. No movement in them. They're Loctited in. They have a crimped tip on it. So once you actually do get that in there, it's flush with the buckle. It's not coming out. And if for some reason it does come out, it's super easy to replace. We can take these screws. We've done tons of different work on it. I wish I could show you on our buckles, but we have a new screw even now. All of our belts are getting upgraded with new screws that have a flush top to it to just minimize snag, minimize wear. I mean, upgrading constantly.
Do you guys offer like a custom like logo service if somebody wanted to get like a logo put on a belt?
Oh yeah. Yeah, so if you were to go on our website and just click in the search bar like custom or I think it's just custom or custom artwork, you can upload your own customization. Like let's say Flying Rich wants Flying Rich with the Brownells RAM in the back of it. He would upload that artwork. We can put that on a buckle and have that out. Of course, not Brownells, because Brownells has their own licensing. But if you had like artwork that you wanted done, let us know, and we can put those on buckles. We have a lot of companies that say, "Hey, I'm a gun company in Texas, and I want all of my employees to be walking billboards." Mm-hmm. Sure. They send us the artwork. They say, "Oh, I want it in pink and blue." We send them some virtual samples. They say, "All right, I want it a little bit bigger. I want it a different color." Then we sent them another virtual sample. Now they got belts for all their employees walking around, and they look great. And that's something that we provide on the website. But also, if you have requests and stuff, we always do things like that as well.
Wow, that is awesome.
Are you thinking about doing some customizations or something?
No, people in the comments were asking.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, they're becoming more and more popular, to be honest. People have gotten buckles and done their own etching, but it just doesn't look as good. We have this machine that can literally do the finest detail, and it just looks great. No. So they started doing that years and years ago, and it's really blown up.
Maybe I should get one of my logo. That might be cool.
Yeah, let me know. I'll put some virtual samples together, and you can direct me on it.
All right, that would work. That would work. By the way, Rich.
Yeah.
I can tell you've been using my StreamYard account for your videos.
The hours are up?
No. You forgot to remove my logo from all your videos.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know how to do that.
You go into brands. So he's using my my account because I'm like watching his videos and I'm like, why does he have my logo on all of his videos?
How do I get rid of? I'm like, frick, whatever.
He's promoting. He's just promoting.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any retail? Okay, a couple of different questions here. What's the biggest size belt that you make?
So in length, I think it's up to 67 inches. As far as the width, right now it's 1.5 inches of width. But like I said earlier in the video, we have the TAC 45 coming out, which is 1 3/4.
Okay. Do you have any retail locations that you sell them in, like retail stores?
We don't. The only location we have is this office space with the warehouse attached to it in Rancho Cucamonga, California. But we don't have any retail. But that being said, there are hundreds and hundreds of, if you are looking for golf belts, there's hundreds of golf stores and different shops that are selling our product.
Okay.
But not only that, but on the EDC gun side, there are tons of different gun shops that are doing the same.
That's what somebody was asking that because they said they thought they saw your belt in like a retail gun shop.
Oh yeah, they're all over the place. They're becoming more popular with the 2A community, and that being said, a lot of people who are going to competition shooting, just getting it for their own use. Some of those people owning businesses, they're like, hey, these are awesome belts. I bet I can sell these. And they are, and they're doing an exceptional job of it. The product really sells itself. Once you actually hold one and put one in your hands, you can tell there's quality in it.
Like I said, 2 years I've been using them, and it's pretty good. I had another belt that was a ratchet belt, the one I was talking about, and the front of the belt buckle fell off.
Oh, okay.
Like it was like I guess it wasn't welded on properly or something, and it fell off like the front cover. And I contacted the company. I was like, hey, I bought this like 6 months ago, and the front of it fell off. And they're like, too bad.
Wow.
I was like, that would still work? I was like, yeah, but the front of the belt buckle is off. And they're like, okay,
wow.
it still works. So
yeah. So that the first belt that you showed me with the I think it said 2A on it.
Yeah.
That actually has a front plate, and in the back it's held on by screws, affirmed by an epoxy. Now, let's say that broke off tomorrow. You lost a screw, you hit it really hard, and the screw sheared off, broke, whatever. Um, like I said before, it's a free repair, so you can send that into us. We'll repair it and send it back. Or what I've done before is I say, all right, here's that plate. I know you broke yours. We send that plate out with those screws. Super easy to fix up yourself if you're not one of those persons that wants to wait a couple days for their buckle.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like I said before, it's a 1 year warranty. Depending on how we do, how you break the buckle, if it's fixable, we'll fix it. We have tons of different opportunities to work with work with a buckle that can be fixed. So if we can, we'll do it.
Yeah. Well, this one broke. I held the buckle
Mhm.
and then I ratcheted the belt, and the damn thing just came off in my hand.
Oh, okay. It was like a cheaper maker, or so
No,
you didn't like you didn't get to use
it
it.
was like a $200 belt.
Oh
Well-
shoot!
Yeah.
At $200, I would expect.
Well,
them to
well,
replace
cheap.
that.
Wait, he was talking quality, not cost.
Well, I mean, still, still. I mean, so NexBelt, you know them for their EDC belts and buckles. On top of that, the golf side. There's a lot of people in the golf industry who um, love to look good, and so they have designed another belt called another side to the company. There's technically three sides of the company, but this side of NexBelt is called Roland Thomas, and Roland Thomas are the Gucci belts of the gun or of the golf world. They can be up to 250 to almost $300 for these belts, but the quality of them is exceptional. They are made out of some of the coolest designs and skins that I've ever seen on belts. They're really cool. So someday you gotta check those out, man. They're pretty cool. Even though they're not for gun belts, they're pretty neat. And let me see. I think I'll have to send you a catalog. You'll have to check those out.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Yeah, but that was the belt that I had right before I went to NexBelt, and I've never looked back. I haven't tried. I mean, people keep on telling me to try core out, but I haven't. I'm happy with what I have, so I don't really want to change.
Yeah.
It took me forever to find a good belt.
It's funny. When I was told about NexBelt, I was just saying, okay, it's another belt design. I have belts that look nice already. So when someone says, hey, once you actually go with a ratchet technology belt, it'll be really hard for you to go back to the pin
Mhm.
and pin and hole style belts.
Oh, it is.
But after using it, it's a game changer. It's really, and to say that about belts, just a seemingly insignificant piece of your dress wear, but once you actually use it, it's pretty amazing how you change your mind about it. How it's so easy to change your mind about it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. What are you laughing at, Rich?
Joe's comment. I'm just pushing on the screen
I have
now.
the same-
I've had the same leather belt since my freshman year in high school.
Well, my wife.
Oh, wait. I think Joe's gotten thinner since high school.
Well, you know this. My wife told you the story about my shoes, right? My dress shoes.
No, I don't know.
She was like, "You need new dress shoes." I was like, "No, I don't. My dress shoes are fine." She was like, "How old are they?" I was like, "Oh, I got them for sophomore year homecoming,
Yeah.
high school." She was like, "That was like 27 years ago." I'm like, "So?" She was
All
like,
right. So this conversation with my wife yesterday. My wife's like, "You got to get rid of some of those suits in your closet," and I'm like, I have only a few suits. Why would I? I don't need the room. It's not like I'm like, why would I get rid of it? She's like, I'm afraid you're gonna wear them.
Ratchet suspenders. All right, guys. All right. Damo Arigato.
Domo arigato. Come
Arbato.
on.
I know. I was messing with. I wanted to see how long it'd take you to do it. I mess with Rich all the time. Damo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Of course, I've heard that song. Rich.
I doubt it, John.
Dude, that's whatever. But yeah, yeah, he says he was recommended in a UC by his friend, and so he went. So he liked it. But yep, we've been on for an hour. I wanted to thank you for coming by. I want to do more about like gear that I actually use because I think it's cool to talk about gear that you actually use instead of what you usually get, like whatever. But and I actually do use this. I'm gonna have Rich bring on some people from gear that he uses. No airplane crap, Rich. We're not an airplane channel.
I snuck one in.
But yeah, so we're gonna do that. I thought High Point were called Ratchet. All right, guys. All right, I'm gonna go around and say, Rich, tell people where they can find you.
Anywhere there's a 3D printer printing evil. So youtube.com/flyingrich and flyingrich.com. And on the grams, it's flyingrich_official.
All right, and let's go to Nathan here. Nathan, tell everyone where they can find you at. Oh, and you guys have a good what is it, $125 and you get a free hat or something?
Oh shoot, I think so. Yeah, I haven't actually looked at. We run specials all the time. So whatever's newest, I think that is the hat. Yeah, there's if you guys have the chance to get a free hat, I'd say do them. They're pretty awesome.
Yeah, I really like it. It has the ratchet system on the back and everything.
Really
So
easy to use.
And I'm gonna put the link out in the chat one more time. I've been putting it out there. So if you guys want to get a belt, you can go there. Oh, yeah. You can end the stream with my sign off. I'll start it with this sign off. How's it going, guys? It's 280U. You know 280U on YouTube? It's like one of the bigger YouTube channels for guns.
Oh no,
He always starts out, how's it going, guys? Just 280U.
Check them out for sure.
And be kind. Yeah.
That's more dark.
Really familiar.
Be kind.
Yeah. It's dark. Whatever. Dark. Dark is saying that. Dark. I have your package from P80 Ralph here. So I don't know. Dark YouTube guy. I've known his family since I don't know, like elementary school or whatever. And for some reason, he gets packages shipped to my house.
That's because if they blow up at your house, they don't blow up at his house.
Exactly.
Or if they have anthrax.
He's worried about people finding out where he lives at. So he's.
Anybody wants Dark's phone number, address? Just call me up. I got it.
I don't know where he lives at. He just like shows up.
No, unless he gave me the wrong address.
Very trustworthy.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Oaks, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Oaks.
Saturday
we will be there.
Sunday.
So, yeah, look for the Team Uncool banner. We will be there, and we will be broadcasting live for a little bit there. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Go to NexBelt. The link has been spammed throughout the show. Like I said, I use their belts. And I've been using the belts for 2 years. No complaints. They are great belts. I love them. And with that, we are out of here. I usually do my whole Wolverines thing, but I just don't feel like it today. We'll be back Wednesday.
So
Who do we have on
Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Mr. Snow, the first guy that we know of to take a deer with a 3D printed pew pew.
Mr. Snow.
In 7.62 by 39.
Mr. Snow is a guy that he's all into the 3D printing world. So he prints he prints firearms.
So
yeah,
let's see.
It's what we're all into.
Two more
here.
shows this week, and Mr. Snow, and then Amanda Nicole on Thursday.
Amanda Nicole, who is known for
being Amanda Nicole.
Who's Amanda Nicole? I don't know who that is, Rich.
No, she was on Smash Times channel, so I got her on here.
Okay, but I don't know who that is.
She's a personality in the 2A world. She buys and sells guns, does photography, just interesting all-around person.
Okay, well, that works for me. All right, Amanda Nicole, who I'm a big fan of. All right, see you guys later.